Snowflower and the Secret Fan is a 2005 novel by Lisa C. set in 19th century China. In her introduction to the novel, C. writes that Lily, the narrator, was born on April 8, 1824, the 5th day of the 6th month of the 3rd year of the Daoguang Emperor's reign. The novel begins in 1903, when Lily is 80 years old. It continues on to tell the story of her life from birth, childhood, marriage, and old age. During her lifetime, Lily lives through the reigns of 4 emperors of the Qing dynasty, Daoguang, Xianfeng, Tongzhi, and Guangxu. The University of Southern California China historian Charlotte Furth wrote that Western readers think of Chinese women simply as victims and focus on such problems as footbinding and arranged marriages, but that Lisa C.'s historical novels follow the best feminist scholarship on women in the Ming-Qing period by tackling these stereotypes. In Snowflower and the Secret Fan and in Peony and Love, C asks readers to imagine how a few such women might have found voices of their own within, rather than in opposition to, the Confucian social order, and how they found ways to self-fulfillment without flouting their unregistered trademark as fundamental values. The novel received an honorable mention from the Asian Pacific American Awards for Literature. Plot summary: in rural Hunan Province, a county in China, Lily and her friend Snowflower are a flouting pair whose sisterly relationship is far stronger and closer than a husband and wife's. Lily's aunt describes a flouting match this way: a flouting relationship is made by choice for the purpose of emotional companionship and eternal fidelity. A marriage is not made by choice and has only one purpose: to have sons. The two girls experience the painful process of foot binding at the same time. Foot binding was the tradition of binding a young daughter's feet by wrapping cloth around their feet tightly and forcing them to walk until their bones broke and were easier to mold and change, then tightening the bindings as time progressed. The ideal foot was about 7 centimeters in length. To understand this, the book draws a parallel. Men in China feel about women's feet as men in West do about a woman's legs. They write letters to one another on a fan with Na-1 quarter-shu, a secret phonetic form of women's writing which Lily's aunt taught them. In addition to the language itself, the young women learn Na-1 quarter-shu songs and stories. Both friends are born under the sign of the horse, but they are quite different. Lily is practical, her feet firmly set on the ground, while Snowflower attempts to fly over the constrictions of women's lives in the 19th century in order to be free. Their lives differ as well. Although Lily comes from a family of relatively low station, her feet are considered beautiful and play a role in her marriage into the most powerful family in the region. Lily is later known as Lady Lu, the region's most influential woman and a mother to 4 healthy children. Although Snowflower comes from a formerly prosperous family, she is not so fortunate. She marries a butcher, culturally considered the lowest of professions, and has a miserable life filled with children dying and beatings at the hand of her husband. The novel depicts human suffering in many ways, the physical and psychological pain of foot binding, the suffering of women of the time, who were treated as property, the terrible trek up the mountains to escape from the horrors of the Taiping Rebellion, the painful return down the mountain trail with dead bodies everywhere. Some estimate that the number of people killed during the rebellion was approximately 20 million. The detailed treatment of the suffering which Lily and Snowflower experience in their flouting relationship is a major aspect of the book. Lily's need for love and her inability to forgive what she considers to be acts of betrayal cause her to inflict harm on many people, Snowflower most of all. Believing that Snowflower has not been true to her, Lily betrays her by sharing all her private secrets to a group of women, virtually destroying Snowflower's reputation. When Snowflower is dying, Lily is called to her bedside and tends to her until the end. As the book returns to the present, Lily is an 80-year-old woman who has lived 40 years after her dearest friend's death. Her own husband and children have since died, and she quietly watches the next generation in her home. Film. The film version of Snowflower and the Secret Fan was directed by Wayne Wang and produced by Florence Sloan, Wendy Murdoch, and Hugo Chong. Angela Workman adapted the original script, revised by Ronald Bass and Michael Ray. The film starred Li Bingbing, Junior Ji Yun, Vivian Wu and Hugh Jackman. Filming in China began in February 2010. Fox Searchlight acquired North American rights to the film, and released it July 15, 2011. Notes. References: Douglas, Carol Ann. White Snakes and Secret Fans, Chinese Women in Fiction. Off Our Backs, Volume 36, Number 3. Furth, Charlotte. Pre-Modern Chinese Women in Historical Fiction, The Novels of Lisa C. Education About Asia 14, 18 Euro 22. C. Lisa. The Ties That Bind. The Times, 012006. External links: Lisa C., On Writing Snowflower, Lisa C., The Secrets of Newshu. Bloomsbury. Q&A, A Conversation with Lisa C. and her mother, author Carolyn C., Chinese Footbinding. BBC Home. Lao Salim. Painful Memories for China's Footbinding Survivors. Newshu, A Hidden Language of Women in China. A film by Yuqing Yang. Women Make Movies. Lisa C. interviewed on Conversations from Penn State. Reviews Ellen Emery Hilsel. Bound Women in Charge. St. Petersburg Times, 072005. Claire Hopley. A Wealthy Woman's Life in China Not So Long Ago. Washington Times. 092005. Susan Kelly. Snowflower Unfolds Secrets. USA Today, 072005. Bridget Kinzler. Seeing China. Publishers Weekly, 072005. Janet Marslin. Books of the Times. Two Women Cling in a Culture of Bound Feet. The New York Times, 082005. Sarah Payton. Bound by Oppression and a Secret Tongue. San Francisco Chronicle, 072005. Clea Simon. Novels Powerful Prose Brings History to Life. The Boston Globe, 072005. Anna Marie Slaughter. Beyond Beijing, China's Past, Present, and Future. All Things Considered, 0808.